Listen, the President of the United States told millions of Americans there are no taxes on Social Security. That statement is 100% incorrect. And right now, in February 2026, people are filing taxes and are about to get the shock of their lives. But that's just the beginning. There are at least 10 critical things about Social Security, Medicare, and government benefits that could cost you thousands of dollars this year. And the system is counting on you not knowing them. I'm Daniel Carson. I've seen how the system actually works from the inside. I've seen people lose benefits they deserved. I've seen people pay taxes they didn't owe. I've seen people fail to collect money they were legally entitled to, all because nobody told them the rules. Before I walk you through everything you need to do and not do in February 2026, before I show you the 10 things that could save or cost you thousands of dollars this year, I need you to understand something. The government bureaucracy is not designed to help you navigate it. It's designed to process you. The burden is on you to know the rules, fight for your rights, and catch their mistakes, because they will make mistakes, accidentally on purpose. Now hit that subscribe button, smash it, because what I'm about to share is the playbook from someone who sat on the other side of that desk for over 20 years. The things I know that the government hopes you don't. And while you're at it, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me which state you're in and what problems you're dealing with right now. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, tell me what's going on, because that's exactly why I run these live sessions, to help you fight back. Let me start with the biggest misconception spreading right now. The president said there are no taxes on Social Security. That is 100% incorrect. I want to be very clear and very specific, because a lot of people are about to make costly mistakes based on this. A lot of people don't pay taxes on Social Security because their income is so low. But if your income is a little bit higher, it doesn't take much anymore, you might have to pay taxes on your Social Security benefits. Here's exactly how it works. If you're single, your combined income is what matters. Combined income is your adjusted gross income, usually line 11 of your taxes, plus non-taxable interest, plus half of your Social Security benefits. People always miss that half of Social Security piece. If all of that is under $25,000, you will not pay taxes on Social Security benefits. If it's between $25,000 and $34,000, up to 50% of your Social Security benefits will be taxed. If it's above $34,000, up to 85% will be taxed. There was a deduction added in the big, beautiful bill. If you made $100,000 and you're single, you actually made only $94,000 because there's a $6,000 deduction. If you're married, you get a $12,000 deduction, but you will still have to pay taxes on your Social Security benefits. There's going to be a lot of people surprised this tax season. They heard from everybody, including the president, that there are no taxes on Social Security. Well, sorry, that didn't pass. It wasn't in there. Go to the IRS website and take the 9-minute quiz. It'll tell you whether you have to pay taxes. Better to know now than get a bill later. Now, let me talk to the people thinking about retiring this year. A lot of people are saying, I'm going to make over the annual earnings limit, so I can't start my benefits. Not necessarily. And this mistake is costing people months of benefits they're entitled to. The first year you start your benefits, Social Security does not care what you made before you started benefits. Let me say that again. They don't care. This is early retirement. The first year is different. Here's the scenario I see constantly. Someone wants to start benefits in July. They say, I'm going to make $40,000 or $50,000 this year, so I guess I have to wait till next year. No, stop. Here's what Social Security actually asks. They say, okay, you're going to start benefits in July. How much are you going to make for the whole year? You say, I'm going to make $1 billion. Fine. Congratulations. Now they ask the real question. How much are you going to make starting in July? You made the $1 billion between January and June. So from July onward, you're going to be under the monthly limit of $2,410. July, August, September, all the way to December, you're under that monthly limit. Therefore, you can start your benefits. They don't care about the full year in your first year. They care about what you make monthly once you start. Next year, yes, you have to stay under the annual earnings limit. And once you hit your full retirement age, The limit goes up to $65,160. Share this with everyone you know who's retiring mid-year. This rule costs people months of benefits every single year because nobody tells them. This is homework everybody needs to do. Go to ssa.gov, set up your My Social Security account, go in there and check your earnings record. Why? Because how much you paid into Social Security is exactly how they determine your benefit amount for the rest of your life. If your earnings are wrong, your benefit is wrong for life. Make sure last year's earnings are posted correctly, and make sure nobody is working under your Social Security number. I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's great, Daniel. Someone's paying into my Social Security for me. That increases my benefit amount. Yes, it does, until it doesn't, until they catch that person and then they take all those earnings off your record. Then you owe all the money back that you got based on someone else's work. They almost always catch these people, and you'll have an overpayment. It'll be a nightmare. If you see earnings on your record you don't recognize, call Social Security immediately and tell them. Just say, that's not me. I didn't work at that company. Get it corrected now before it creates a massive problem later. Also, I need to warn you about something. There are a lot of fake AI generated videos out there of Dave Ramsey, Warren Buffett, former Social Security commissioners telling you that if you don't do this or that, your check is going to stop. That's almost always completely false. These are scams. Ignore them. You do not have to set up a My Social Security account. Social Security recommends it. I recommend it. But if you can't for some reason, you're not going to lose your benefits. February and March is the open enrollment period, the OEP. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you can change it one time between January and March. This window is closing. If you missed October, November, December, or if your situation has changed, this is your last chance until next fall. Your situation might have changed. You need surgery, your doctor changed, you moved, your prescription medications changed. Any of these are reasons to review your plan right now. I have partners at Chapter Medicare who can help you navigate this. Here are the 7 things to have ready: your current plan, the providers you want to keep, your prescriptions, your pharmacy, your priorities, check the prices, and be persistent with these companies. If you change your plan this month in February, your new plan starts in March. So act now, not next week, now. Here's what I want you to understand about Medicare Advantage versus Medicare supplement plans. Original Medicare Part A and Part B is great, but not perfect. There are financial gaps. The big one is Part B has a 20% coinsurance you pay out of pocket. That can add up fast. If you get a Medicare supplement plan, there's a monthly premium, but no prior authorizations or networks. If you've got the money, if you can afford it, those are the ones I recommend. If not, Medicare Advantage plans can work. Just make sure all your doctors are covered. This one is critical for everyone who is struggling month to month. This is part of the Affordable Care Act, and most people have never heard of it. Nonprofit hospitals do not pay taxes. In exchange, the government requires them to provide charity care. If someone comes to a nonprofit hospital needing emergency care and they treat you and you can't pay, they must give that care for free. It's called charity care. This only applies at nonprofit hospitals. For-profit hospitals, those guys are going to come after you until you file for medical bankruptcy. They have no such obligation. So here's the homework. Right now, before anything happens, make a list. If 2 hospitals are equally close, take me to the nonprofit, put this list on your refrigerator, on your front door, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell your spouse, tell your adult children. If something happens to me, take me to this hospital first. How do you find which hospitals are nonprofit? They're supposed to put it prominently on their website. Go look it up right now while you're healthy and can make these decisions. Not in the back of an ambulance when it's too late. This one decision could save you from medical bankruptcy. I'm not being dramatic. I've seen it happen to people who went to the wrong hospital because nobody told them. I get this question constantly. People take Social Security at 62 and then go back to work and make over the earnings limit. Social Security withholds benefits. Then people ask, do I ever get that money back? And how? Great question. No, they don't give you that money back in cash. Here's exactly how it works. Once you hit your full retirement age, Social Security looks at how many months they held back benefits. If they withheld 3 months worth of benefits, they give you a permanent monthly increase to your check for the rest of your life. Let me make it concrete. Say your full retirement age benefit is $1,000 a month. You took benefits early at 62, so you're getting $700 a month due to early reduction. You went over the earnings limit. Social Security withheld 5 months of your $700 checks. Once you hit full retirement age, they add those 5 months back. They don't give you the lump sum. They recalculate your benefit as if you hadn't taken those 5 months early. Your monthly check goes up permanently, maybe by $20, maybe more. It depends on the numbers. This is 100% automatic. You do not have to do anything to trigger it. Social Security will recalculate it automatically when you hit full retirement age. But I've seen people call and ask about it, and the Social Security employee got it wrong. So check your benefit statement after you hit full retirement age and make sure your check went up accordingly. This is one of the most powerful and least known options in the Social Security system. Within 12 months of starting your benefits, if you decide you made a mistake, you can undo it completely, like it never happened. It's called a withdrawal of application. You contact Social Security and say, I want to withdraw my application. They send you a bill for every dollar they paid you. You pay it back, and then it's like you never applied. I've seen people do this strategically. They needed some money to tide them over. They filed for Social Security, got the money, invested it, and then later decided they wanted to wait to get a higher benefit. They paid back what they received. It's now like they never filed. They apply again starting from a later month and get a higher monthly benefit for the rest of their lives. Social Security doesn't hold this against you. There's no penalty. It's a legitimate option. But you only have 12 months from when you started benefits to exercise it. 2 things must happen in order. First, you formally request the withdrawal. Second, once approved, they send a bill. Once you pay that bill and the check clears, it's completely erased from your record. Does it make financial sense? Run the numbers. If you can afford to pay back everything you received and the higher future monthly benefit will recoup that in a reasonable time frame, it can be worth it, especially if you're in good health and expect to live a long time. Here's a warning for people who worked last year while collecting benefits. A lot of people are about to receive overpayment notices from Social Security. This happens every year around this time. Social Security often doesn't reconcile your actual earnings versus what you told them you'd make until tax season. When they find out you made more than the earnings limit, they'll send you an overpayment notice. What do you do if you get one? First, don't panic. Second, don't ignore it. Ignoring it is the worst thing you can do. Third, if you disagree with the amount, appeal immediately. You have 60 days to appeal. Fourth, if the overpayment is correct and you can't pay it back in a lump sum, contact Social Security and ask for a repayment plan. They can arrange reduced monthly repayments. They can even waive the overpayment in some circumstances if repaying it would cause financial hardship, or if you can demonstrate it wasn't your fault. But you have to fight. You have to be proactive. The system is not going to come to you and offer solutions. You have to go to them and ask, I need to prepare everyone with Medicaid. States throughout the country are going to be kicking people off Medicaid, even people who are 100% eligible. States lost about $1 trillion in Medicaid funding. They're under pressure, and their strategy? Make it so difficult to keep your Medicaid that people give up. They make you jump through so many hoops that if you don't jump through the right hoop fast enough, they kick you off. Accidentally, on purpose, as we used to say in the Marines. It's a strategy. Here's what I'm already hearing from people in various states. You call Medicaid and they say you can't come into the office without an appointment. Fine. But then they don't pick up the phone to set up an appointment. So you can't get an appointment, you miss a deadline, they kick you off, you lose your prescription coverage for a month or two, you can't see your doctor, you'll eventually get it back if you're eligible. But a lot of people don't fight back. That's what they're counting on. If they kick you off and you are eligible, fight back immediately, request a fair hearing, document everything, write down the date, time, and name of every person you speak to, keep copies of everything they send you. Don't let them win by making you give up. The same principle applies to Medicare Advantage plans. These companies are going to try to nickel and dime you. Prior authorization denials, network restrictions, formulary changes that suddenly exclude your medications. Fight back every single time. Be persistent. It's your money. It's your health. Let me go deeper on the earnings limit rules because this confuses more people than almost anything else. And I'm going to use round numbers to make it crystal clear. Say your full retirement age benefit would be $1,000 per month. You take benefits at 62, you receive $700 a month due to the early reduction. That's the 30% cut for taking benefits 5 years early. Every month you wait after 62, your benefit goes up slightly, not just at birthdays or annually, every single month. If you wait until 65 and 1 month instead of 62, you might get $872 instead of $700. The monthly test in your first year is this. If you're going to make under $2,410 per month from the month you start benefits through December of that year, Social Security doesn't care what you made before you started. The whole year annual earnings limit is irrelevant in year one. Say you're 62, you want to start benefits in July. You made $100,000 from January through June. Then you retired. From July through December, you'll make under $2,410 per month. You can start your benefits in July. Social Security will not withhold anything from July through December. Starting in year two, yes, you have to stay under the annual limit, which is $24,910 in 2026. Once you hit full retirement age, there's no limit. You can make unlimited income with zero reduction in benefits. This is the rule that trips people up most often. Share it with anyone you know who is retiring mid-year. Let me give you one more piece of information that can be worth extra money. If your full retirement age is coming up and you haven't started benefits yet, here's something to consider. Say your full retirement age is February 2026, but you've been working and you haven't started benefits because you've been making good money. In January 2026, the month before your full retirement age, the annual earnings limit is $65,160. That's the higher limit for the year you hit full retirement age. If you made under $65,160 in January alone, you could start your benefits in January. That means Social Security owes you a check next week. At full retirement age, the monthly timing of your birthday determines your payment date. Yes, starting in January at 62 minus 1 month would mean a very slight reduction compared to starting exactly at your full retirement age. But you get an extra check. And sometimes that extra check is worth more than the tiny permanent reduction. Run the numbers, check the calculator at my website, see if starting 1 month early makes financial sense for your situation. Let me give you your action list for February 2026. These are not suggestions. These are things you need to do. 1, go to SSA.gov and check your earnings record. Make sure last year's earnings are posted correctly. Make sure nobody is using your Social Security number. 2, check the Social Security tax calculator or the IRS quiz. Know whether you're going to owe taxes on your Social Security benefits before you get surprised at filing time. 3, if you're retiring mid-year, call Social Security and ask specifically about the monthly test for your first year. Don't assume you can't start benefits because of high earnings earlier in the year. 4, if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, call Chapter Medicare or your insurance agent this week. The open enrollment period closes at the end of March. Check that your doctors and prescriptions are still covered under your current plan. 5, make your hospital list. Find out which hospitals near you are nonprofit. Put the list somewhere accessible to your family. 6, if you get an overpayment notice, respond immediately. Don't ignore it. Call Social Security and understand your options. 7, if you're fighting with Medicaid, document everything. Request fair hearings in writing. Don't give up just because they make it hard. 8, ignore all AI-generated fake videos about Social Security benefits being stopped or changed. Verify everything through SSA.gov or call Social Security directly at 1-800-772-1213. Let me give you my honest assessment after more than 20 years working inside the Social Security Administration. The system is complex by design, not because benefits are complex. They don't have to be, but complexity serves the bureaucracy. When people don't know the rules, they make mistakes that are expensive for them and cheap for the government. When people don't fight back against wrongful Medicaid removals, states save money. When people don't know about the first year monthly test, they delay benefits by months or years they didn't have to delay. Knowledge is the equalizer, and that's why I do this, to give regular people the same information that people who can afford benefits consultants have always had. Because every one of you paid into this system for your entire working life. You deserve to get every dollar you're entitled to. The rules favor those who know them. Now you know them. Now I need you to do something for me. If this analysis has opened your eyes to the Social Security and Medicare rules most people never learn, if you understand now why the president was wrong about Social Security taxes and what the first year monthly test actually means, I need you to hit that like button right now. I need you to subscribe if you haven't already, and I need you to drop a comment below telling me which state you're in and what issues you're dealing with. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, because the more I know about what's happening on the ground across America, the better I can help everyone fight back. Share this with everyone you know who is on Social Security, approaching retirement, or fighting with Medicaid or Medicare. They need these 10 rules. They need to know the hospital list strategy. They need to know the first year monthly test. They need to know how to fight back against wrongful Medicaid terminations. The government is counting on you not knowing these rules. Now you do. Position accordingly. Your move.